Sometimes I wonder, right, if Republicans ever take a look at themselves and think, "Damn, what I'm doing is stupid or hypocritical or really anything," right? We've had the now infamous image of the Tennessee governor dressed in drag here. He's this smiling fellow. He looks like he's having a good old fucking time in his skirt and what appear to be pearls. And, not a whole lot of response coming out from the GOP on this image, a whole lot of fuck all. And now, one of the big things, right, that have been used against the trans community and really against the LGBT community in general, but more specifically now targeted towards kind of the trans one is grooming children, right? Groomers, right? And if you don't know what grooming is when you as an adult basically try to talk up an underage individual, try to basically establish a relationship with them with the intention or the purpose of potentially making some moves, to put it kind of viewer friendly. And that's exactly what Lieutenant Governor McNally has been doing for the past at least 3 years now. um, with this nice young man, I mean, I'm sure he's a great man, but I mean, the pictures don't lie, and neither do those comments. Neither do those comments. Um, this is not the first time any group has really been caught in a lie. The Catholic Church has been doing this for years. Spreading the word of God all over children's backs and really not really giving a shit about doing it, and covering up while they do it. Between 1950 and 2000, 11,000 allegations were made against just the United States members of the Catholic Church, around 4,392 priests. But we don't really talk about that, do we? We really don't really talk about that ever happening. And we also, this is kind of old news. This happened about 9 days ago in Tennessee. They were arresting members of the LGBTQ community who were calling out Governor Bill Lee, the guy who was dressing in drag earlier, who was calling him a fascist for his thing. He's a public figure. He's not immune to being called a fascist because, he's a public figure. He's open to public criticism. That is why we have the First Amendment, which apparently everybody knows the second, but they skip over the first. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for readiness of grievances. That's the First Amendment. That's the first one. You know, it should be one of the most important. This one came before guns. This one came before, hey, don't have the fucking military in a time of peace. Stay in your house. This came before so many important things. This came before giving women and black people the right to vote. Think about that. This came before that. The founding fathers made it so that you, the government, could not say that Christianity is the correct religion and support directly Christianity. That we couldn't say, hey, Jimmy over there, he can't speak his mind against the government. That's a crime. We made it so that they couldn't do that. We made it so that the government could not come out and do that. And you know what we got instead? You know the level of hypocrisy that we have gotten to? People getting just thrown in jail, getting punished for saying drag is not a crime, for calling Bill Lee a fascist when he's being pretty fascistic. I mean, you can't make it up. You wish you could. You wish you were living in a simulation. You wish it were all fake. You wish you could just wake up tomorrow, right? And this shit just isn't a problem. People getting thrown in jail for violations of their free speech. You just wonder. How the fuck did you get here? How the fuck did any of us get here? And then you remember the key thing. You remember the thing that every single time fucking happens. When somebody comes out, right? When anyone comes out, this is for anybody, right? And they come out and they are overly protective. They are overly protective of a group. You might want to start looking into that group. You might want to start looking beyond the seams here. You know, we're talking about groomers. We've never talked about the church. We're talking about, protecting kids. We never talk about the fact that a lot of them die by gun. A lot of them meet their end with a 9mm bullet going through their body at 200 to fucking however many feet per second. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Talk about protecting the kids, and we do nothing to protect them. We talk about protecting free speech, and we do nothing to protect it. In fact, we actively try to pass laws and make infringements upon said free speech. It's a travesty. It's a crime. It should be illegal, but in reality, it's not. And by not illegal, I mean like how the fuck you gonna make them accountable? They're just throwing you in jail for it. That's more or less the truth. That's what's happening. So yeah. Welcome to the GOP's America, everybody. I mean, we're out of Biden's America, right? We're out of that shit. This is nothing to do with fucking Biden. This is everything to do with the GOP that supposedly loves the American people, loves fucking them, loves giving it right to the ass. Apparently, loves a very specific kind of ass, if you know what I mean. You're catching my drift. You just can't make this shit